Annapro A3 Max. A halo strap with 10,800 mAh battery, hot swappable, magnetic battery, or at least Annapro claims that it's 10,800 mAh. They claim also that it can charge Quest faster than Bobovr S3 Pro, Bobovr S3 Pro. So faster than this battery. I have this head strap already 1 year, so it's the time for an in-depth review. Of course, I didn't use it all the time. I got insane number of different head straps for tests, and I often switch between them. Annapro head strap with one battery is usually sold for about $70 or more. At least in theory, this is an alternative for some of the best head straps I have ever tested. And as always, I measured how good the batteries really are and how efficient. I can already tell you that these are the weirdest batteries I have ever tested. And I'm not talking about the flat banana form factor. I also got second battery to confirm all measurements and to test the dock full power. This dock. Because for about $30 it's possible to buy this magnetic dock. I will make a whole chapter about it and about the batteries. The sponge on forehead is very different than usually. It's not a pure leather, but a breathable fabric. In fact, the entire head strap fits totally different than Bobovr, KKC or BVR and others. So if until now you didn't like halo straps, maybe this one will be better for you. But there is also a chance that you will hate this even more. Before I explain what I mean, let's do the unboxing. The back part, as always, it's made with pure leather, a manual, a battery, and the head strap. So there's no USB cable for charging. I also got the charging dock. In the box was a manual, USB charging cable, and of course the charging dock. Many people wear halo head straps with a halo pretty low, with only a small empty space on a forehead. It's not really possible with Annapro, because in this position, head strap is so far away from my eyes that it's impossible to use it. Not only FOV is small, but I can't even see screen correctly. So it's very, very weird decision to do it like this. It's not possible to move headset closer because these plastic elements here are blocking further movement. So if I try to install it, it will always stop here. It's not possible to go farther. So the halo must be higher than in any other head straps to have the same distance from eyes. It can be as high as user wants. There's no limit. Most head straps will not allow to move it so far away from headset. And there's no need for it. But it's always better to have more adjustments than less. So here at some point the halo could be so high that it will not hold the head strap in place anymore, and it will work more like a lead strap. So it will push the headset into your face, and it won't be comfortable anymore. And this will work like in a lead strap, the other strap, the top strap. Using halo strap this way, in my opinion, is pointless. But maybe for you it will be comfortable, but probably at this point you just like elite straps more than halo straps. When I don't use facial interface and halo is very high, it's not stable on my face anymore. Like this, still okay, but then it's very far away from my eyes. And if I move it like this, then it's closer to my eyes, but it's not really stable like with other halo straps. Of course, this problem can be easily solved by cutting those elements which stop Quest to move further. So let's do it. I know that it's not a solution for everyone, and it can cause some issues with warranty, but it should improve the head strap. So this review, and I just feel that I should check it, because it's so big issue that can be solved so easy that I just have to try. Such plastic blockers are used in elite straps, but in halo option to adjust the distance is very useful. Okay, let's try. Now I can move it much farther. So let's try. Oh yeah, it's so much better now. I will try to put the halo even lower, push it as far as possible, but this is blocking me. So maybe I will have to cut also a little bit of this, but maybe not. Right now, it's already big difference, like day and night. But I feel like with other halo straps, I can push it even farther. Because here, this is smaller than power. I can push this little bit farther. So it would be impossible before, and probably that's why they did the plastic part there. Okay, it's good. It's really good. Little bit farther would be even better, so maybe I will cut a little bit of this. But right now, it's totally usable. It's really good. I'm not touching lenses inside with my eyelashes, and it could happen with other halo straps, but now it could be really good head strap. But there are other issues, so we should talk about them soon. The second unique feature of this head strap is the fabric on forehead. This is what I show you already. I like PU leather more. It's more grippy, it's sweat-proof, but I know that many people like fabric, like ice silk on AMVR, or like this, what I have right now from Globiro Cluster. However, both companies give you a choice. You can use PU leather instead of this. and the same in AMVR. Here we have no choice. There's only this fabric, not swap proof, so it's not great for sport games, for fitness games. If you like playing Beat Saber on expert level or higher, it's probably not for you. But if you like this fabric and you use it already on a facial interface, then probably it is something for you. I know only one head strap with something like this, and it's from, oh, this is also an issue, how easy it is to detach the battery accidentally. So the other head strap with something like this is Globular Cluster, but there are also two other pads for forehead in the box, and one of them is PU leather. Here, it's nothing more. We stuck with this fabric. Other aspects of these head straps are pretty normal, but it's worth to mention that the color match between Quest and the head strap is very good, like similar to Bobovr S3 Pro, and much better than Bobovr M3 Pro. However, those elements here and on the other side became yellow over time. But I remind you, I used it already 1 year. So on the beginning, I'm not really sure if it was almost the same or it became like this after time. Oh, and this is not very pretty. But about this, I really don't care. And most people, if they are not kids or don't have a very, very small head, we don't use it like this, but more like this. I will double check how I use it. Yeah. Now let's talk about the battery charging and about the dock. The battery works also without head strap, so as a power bank, but with this shape, it's terrible to use it outdoor. Imagine packing this to your pocket. It can be mounted upside down. The other head strap, which I'm testing with similar battery, has pins only on one side. This has on both sides. Here's the other one, Sonic Grace. And you can see pins only here. So if I install it upside down, it will not work because pins on the head strap are also only on one side. As I told you already, it's very easy to accidentally detach the battery. Like, no matter if you hit it or you try to rest your head on something, laying down on the pillow or just on some headrest, it can detach very, very easy, easier than in any other head strap I've tested. In fact, it was never a problem for me to accidentally detach battery, but here, all the time. What's worse, sometimes the battery detach even without me doing anything. I'm just playing and I hear like battery still stays on this mounting, on this dock, but I hear the sound, then the battery is disconnected and connected again, or not connected again, and I have to detach the cable and connect it again. So something very weird happened here, and before I recorded this video, I checked on the internet if other people reported something like this. And yes, it seems to be common problem, and also the issue with mounting on head and being very, very far away from eyes. But of course it's also an issue for other people because this is how it's made. But the battery could be could have this problem only in my unit, but if you look on the internet, you will realize that no, it's a more common issue. USB-C output here on the cable or directly on the battery has 20 watts. When I try to get more, it quickly drops below 20 watts. So it's really 20 watts like the specification says, not more. It's not true that Bobovr B100 battery from S3 Pro is slower than this Annapro. It's opposite. But for Quest, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, Quest doesn't need 20 watts. Usually it needs much less. The battery needs about 3 hours to be fully charged. First 1 hour, 20 minutes, it's charging with full speed, and later slows down. The dock allows to charge battery with the same speed as using USB-C port in a battery, or charge 2 batteries at the same time, but in this case it's much slower. In theory it shouldn't be like that. Specification says that the dock is 40 watts, but during my tests it takes over 4 hours 15 minutes to charge both batteries at the same time. So charging this way is slower. Of course, I tested it using a power supply much more powerful than it's needed, matching all the specifications, so it's not a problem with test method, it's just how this dock works. Now, the most interesting part. These batteries have 10,800 mAh at 3.7 volts. So, about 40 watt-hours. That's a lot. More than any other head strap which I tested. Good batteries for Quest. Head straps have about 36 watt-hours, like this one. And during discharge, I usually measured about 31 or 32 watt-hours. Efficiency about 90% is pretty common for them. So this Annapro should be even better, right? This battery stops charging after about 36 watt-hours. I expected to use more than 40 watt-hours to charge it, not less. But at the end, the most important for me as a user is how much energy I can get from the battery. So how much of this will go to Quest. I measured only 26 to 27.5 watt-hours. I was surprised that the result is so low. So I tested it again and again on 5 volts, on 9 volts, on magnetic output, on the built-in USB-C with only 10 watts loads and more, using one charger and another. I did the same test on another battery unit, but my results were always the same. I even used my old simple device to confirm measurements, and I got only 24 watt-hours during discharge with a 20 watts constant load. And that's because when the battery is close to being empty, it can't provide 20 watts charging anymore. But Quest needs a little bit less, so I don't count it. It's still okay. If I assume the official capacity almost 40 watt-hours, then the battery would be about 69% efficient. But as I mentioned before, it never even took more than 36 watt-hours for charging. Well, it did, but when I used the dock, then more energy was wasted, but the battery was charged at the same level as always. After all tests, I decided to open the battery to check if they use high quality parts or, as I expected, seeing those results, something very average. There are no serial numbers, brands, and anything printed on these parts. So we can assume that they are not high quality. And with these results, of course they are not. Okay, what does it mean for you? The battery is really warm, and if your Quest 3 allows for playing some game for 2 hours, with this battery it will be about 4 hours, 50 minutes total on the same game. It's not bad, probably enough for most people, but with this 10,000 milliamperes battery from Bobovr or KKCOB VR, it would be about 5 hours, 30 minutes. And officially, it has lower capacity. So, and if you use Game Quest Optimizer for getting better graphics or mixed reality, playtime will be much shorter. And that's why specifications doesn't matter, and why it's so important to do proper measurements. Annapro claims that it can charge Quest battery up to 54% in 1 hour, and Bobovr S3 Pro can do only up to 37% at the same time. But it's not true. It's possible to connect power supply to this cable from Annapro and charge it this way. So in theory, there is a risk that an empty battery will start draining power from Quest battery. However, this never happened to me, and I really tried to do it in every way. Also with turning off and on headset with empty headstraps battery. 3 more things about the battery. First, it's possible to turn off charging by double pressing this button. And normally it makes a lot of sound. Like there is very loud beep. It stopped doing this. I don't know why, but it was so loud. Second, the battery weighs only about 206 grams. So it's perfect counterweight for a headset. And the Annapro head strap weighs only about 232 grams. It's very light for a Halo strap. About 32 grams less than KKCOB Q3 Pro, and about 70 grams less than Bobovr M3 Max and Pro. And about number 3, in fact I told you already, it sometimes disconnect charging and connect it again without any reason. Now let's make some measurements from this plastic part of Halo to the end of the back part is about 17 centimeters. Here is about 17 and a half almost. If I open it, it's almost 25 centimeters. And now here about 20 centimeters, but this can adjust to your head a little bit. On one hand, this head strap allows to adjusting Halo without any limits, but a headset is so far away from face that for most people adjustments in almost every other head straps will be more useful than this. But there's fix for it, so you know it already. The battery was a huge disappointment. Not because it's so bad, but because it's so overhyped. They lied on the product page about how much better it is comparing to Bobovr B100. And of course, the fabric on a forehead. Some people will hate it, Some people will love it. You know my opinion already. You know everything about it right now. As always, all affiliate links are in the description. And of course, remember about using my affiliate code Volant every time when you buy game for Quest. You will get 10% discount. And if you use this code for buying Quest headset, you will get $30 for games and apps. That's it. See you.